Nia Starflower first tasted the coastal dawn on 23 October 1999 in a clapboard cottage perched above the driftwood beaches of Cannon Beach, Oregon. Outside, twin marauding gulls bickered over crab shells while her mother, a touring neo-soul violinist who tucks dried lavender sprigs inside her rosin pouch, coaxed a honey-sad lullaby that melted against the window glass. Her father, a storm-chasing meteorologist who sketches cumulonimbus profiles on diner napkins, leaned so close their foreheads brushed, and vowed that tide lines, wind corridors, and every second opinion would always yield for a soul that refuses to tuck itself small. Curves wind down the Starflower bloodline the way quartz veins line basalt cliffs. So nobody blinked when baby Nia split her second flannel wrap before the kettle hissed. Grandma Myrtle threaded a fishbone needle through the fraying seams, widened every gap with scrap cotton cut from a retired kite, then laughed that extra cloth costs pennies, but teaching a child to shrink can bankrupt her future sunrises. Kindergartner smelled of Elmer's glue, cedar shavings, and brine wafting through cracked sash windows. Nia already loomed half a head above her classmates, her shoulders stretching wider than the pull-down world map. One drizzly recess, two boys hopped circles around her, chanting cargo barge each time. Her rain boots studded the hop grid squares. That evening she scoured the tide line, gathering soda caps polished soft by wave tumble, threaded them onto fishing twine, stitched the tinkling ribbon down her sea green hoodie, and wandered into class the next sunrise, raining prism sparks across ceiling tiles. A traveling literacy volunteer captured 8 shaky seconds on a thrift store flip phone, uploaded the shimmer to a newborn video site, and by lunch 14,000 strangers applauded the girl who turned teasing into beacon light. That night, Nia inked one promise in violet gel on the corner of her math sheet. Clouds crowd only until you flash them bright. Weekends belonged to the Dockside Bazaar, where her mother's violin glissandos braided with kettle corn pop, the thunk of crab cages and gull chatter around the bait stalls. Store-bought jeans snagged halfway up Nia's thighs. She swapped tip jar quarters for sun-rotted gill net, unraveled the line into soft cord, crocheted high-rise culottes, sprayed sea star silhouettes in squid ink, and posed at sunset against rust-striped cleats while her cousin snagged grainy photos. She uploaded each shot to a diary named Tidal Lantern the very week a new photo app slipped across patchy cell towers. Captions danced from coastal slang to crisp English truths. Curves steady, storms better than breakwaters. Before her 16th birthday, 53,000 distant friends double-tapped every amber-lit image, proof that bright pixels drown cafeteria whispers louder than any hall monitor shush. A marine robotics scholarship ferried her south to Stanford. Daylight disappeared in coral sensor labs. Nights belonged to a 24-hour taco truck glowing neon coral beneath Monterey pines. The warming lamp became her lone soft box. Between Carnita's orders, she filmed 90-second reels, twisting parchment wrap into lupine hair rosettes while decoding dart rotation in a voice half surf hush, half lecture zing. One clip layered Harbor Seal chirps on a pocket synth bass line as she chain-stitched reflective paracord into thrift denim. 48 hours later, the reel surfed past 1.1 million plays. West Coast style blogs christened her the taco truck couturier, but every sponsor email in her inbox stalled at size 16. Nia tucked each pitch into a folder titled Shrinking Nets, wiped salsa from her cuff, and folded another tortilla. February brought king tide winds and an email from Columbia Sportswear inviting her to design a salt spray capsule dubbed Coast Pulse. She answered with 3 rock firm requests, patterns up to 60-inch hips, half the crew hired from community college design programs, and 10% of net profit funneled into seagrass restoration at Cape Kiwanda. Columbia signed before the fog burned off. The chute unfurled at dawn on a basalt headland where puffins skimmed low swells. Nia guided curvy paddle borders across silver glass while a drone carved figure eights overhead. When the lookbook dropped, every extended size show vanished in 41 hours across 27 countries. Tidal Lantern vaulted beyond 700,000 followers. Still fragrant with cilantro lime, she ducked behind flour sacks, balanced her phone on a chili bucket throne, and live-streamed damp-eyed thanks to a chorus of humming fluorescent. Frustrating cue, pause, press subscribe now. One swift tap secures your seat on the bow so each new voyage lands in your feed before algorithm gusts change the current. Spotlight shimmer pulls rumor gulls. A gossip vlog insists that Nia laced carbon plates around her waist beneath those shells. At sunrise, she paddled a cedar board past the reef, stood miles tall in sport bra and linen shorts, traced every stretch stripe with crushed bougainvillea, and belted a violin riff that skipped across the tide flats. 10 million viewers reposted the jam under the tag bougainvillea proof, brushing crimson dust onto their own curves until gossip dissolved like last foam on sand. Truck wages braided with capsule royalties into Starflower glow, a whipped custard folding spruce tip butter, huckleberry seed oil, and mica sparks that flare pearl beneath phone flash. 19,010s cooled on her father's dock bench, lids tied with braided crabline, and stamped, moisturize your horizon. The batch disappeared in 82 minutes, lifting $197,000, 20% launched Beacon grants, delivering heavy-duty surgers and pocket hydrophones to plus-size teens in Taipo towns from Astoria to Eureka. 9 months later, 36 great winners staged a floating fashion and well song gala aboard a repurposed oyster barge strung with LED seaweed, live streamed to breakfast hosts from Oslo to Osaka. Seattle Fashion Week forged new harbor folklore when a backstage blower shredded her emerald mesh gown from rib to knee 90 heartbeats before curtain. Nia yanked neon tie down off a lighting crate, laced the rip like hiking boot hooks, and strode the runway as if the splice lived in every sketch. Camera shutters cracked like drifting ice. Vogue Cascade held the spectacle rope cadence, and another million lantern voyagers surfaced before after-party horns peaked. Turbo tried again when a dismissed liaison leaked chopped emails claiming she demanded uni-sliders and chauffeured jet skis for her rescue sea otter Drift. She posted the full thread, refillable water urns, lentil stew for crew, caption monitors for deaf stylists, then pumped that month's affiliate revenue, $138,000, into biodegradable crab trap pilots off Yakina Head. Fans echoed her pure credo, receipts shine brighter than rumor grit, until whispers slip beneath low tide. By midsummer, tidal lantern glittered across 6.7 million Instagram hearts, 3.3 million real voyagers, and 2 million unwavering channel subscribers. Engagement hovered near 10%, forcing brand planners back to blank charts. Cartier invited her to headline a Topaz Surge film inside the historic lens at Cape Mears. She agreed after Cartier pledged therapy stipends for oyster deckhands battered by rose swell seasons. The resulting reel, her wrist scattering amber shards across iron ribs, became Cartier's most saved post of the quarter. Family steadies her gyroscope. Twice each month, she streams strings and steam. Mom rolls blues bent arpeggios beside a propane griddle. Dad recites cloud haiku, and Nia flips thrifted denim under fairy bulbs. One session peaked at 9 million when Drift waddled through powdered sugar and sneezed a snowstorm on the mic. A marine rescue now sponsors every stream, tagging rehabilitated otters with solar trackers powered by Starflower Glow. Glow revenue vaulted past 12 million within 2 years. She leased a dormant salmon smokehouse, sawed skylights through corrugated tin, and hired furloughed dock hands plus design grads to whip and jar custard. Every tin knots shut by hand during midday stretch dances to violin house mashups. Logistics experts begged for shrink bands. She countered with her mother's oath. Fingertips keep legends after robots forget, and rope ties remain. Mental health candor laces every post. Basalt cliff portraits sit beside taco truck selfies captioned "Same sky, different weather." She uploads breath loops recorded in echo caves, PDF grounding sheets in English and Chinook and sliding scale therapy links. 110,000 users call her Shoreline Honesty their first safe anchorage. Community writes shimmer in crushed shell paint. Hundreds pedal the boardwalk at dusk wearing Starflower Glow across collarbones and LED jellyfish ribbons on spokes. Ticket proceeds thicken Beacon grants and erect wheelchair snorkel lifts at rocky coves. Chowder shacks keep pots simmering late because bisque sales jump 15% on ride nights. Nia wheels the lead cruiser with Drift plush, strapped in a wicker cradle, pausing to retie any dangling lace. Her memoir, Currents Keep Names, lands next spring in 11 languages, while a streamer shadows her dream to turn retired Tide boys into floating maker labs for coastal schools. Puma's Wide to Wave, Wave Lantern sneaker splashes next quarter, threaded with reflective cord and cushioned by algae foam, funneling 10% of proceeds into beacon projects circling the Pacific Rim. Growth knows your lives now. If your subscribe button still glows red, tap it gray. One click fastens your ticket, so the next swell of stories arrives before algorithm trade winds shift course. When this playback settles, open the description below. You will find fresh Starflower Glow restocks, rapid beacon grant entry, tonight streams and Steam playlists, and a private compass, a research-rooted pack of conversation starters, and calm confidence rituals that charts the surest route toward genuine love and, yes, the most reliable method for helping any woman feel that unexpected spark. Free, ready, a fingertip away. If the soda cap spine, rope cadence gown, rescue, or drip's frosty sneeze sparked your grin, smash that like heart, share your brightest wave in the comments, and hand this voyage to a friend whose cells hang slack. Every curve redirects currents, every scar refracts moonlight, and the Pacific bows to anyone who plants both boots on the pier and greets tomorrow eyes wide. Final say, breathe, whisper kisses your speakers, subscribe now, claim your bow reel, and meet me on the next rolling tide when another story glimmers beyond the breakers and courage calls your name again.